The 12th century world was a patchwork of rival kingdoms, each isolated behind walls and old grudges. In Europe, armored knights clashed. In China, the Song dynasty looked down on northern nomads. The Islamic caliphates thrived in art and science. But on the Central Asian steppe, scattered tribes of horsemen fought for survival, their energy spent on endless feuds. No one expected these nomads to change the world. The Silk Road was crumbling, trade and ideas slowing to a trickle. Empires believed themselves safe in their isolation, but a storm was brewing on the steppe. The Mongols, shaped by hardship and guided by the spirit of the sky-blue wolf, were fierce but divided. Their power was wasted on internal conflict until a leader emerged to unite them. In a humble jur, a boy named Temujin was born, clutching a blood clot, a sign of destiny. Betrayed, enslaved, and hunted, he would survive unimaginable trials. These hardships would forge him into Genghis Khan, a name that would echo across continents. His rise would unite the Mongols and shatter the old world order. This is the story of how one man changed history. Temujin's childhood was marked by loss and betrayal. At 9, his father was poisoned, and his family was abandoned to the wilderness. Survival meant eating roots and rodents, learning to hunt, and enduring hunger and cold. Captured and enslaved, Temujin wore a wooden yoke, but his spirit never broke. He learned that loyalty was everything, and that weakness invited ruin. Even within his family, he made hard choices, killing his half-brother to protect his own. These brutal lessons taught him self-reliance and patience and ruthless pragmatism. He saw that alliances were fleeting, and true strength came from commanding respect, not birthright. Every hardship stripped away innocence, forging a leader who valued loyalty and order above all. Temujin's transformation from outcast to leader was relentless. He would never again be powerless. The boy who scavenged for roots was becoming the man who would command empires. The fires of the steppe had forged Genghis Khan. As a young man, Temujin reclaimed his bride Borte, forging a crucial alliance. When Borte was kidnapped by rivals, he united with powerful allies, rescued her, and proved himself a leader. His victories attracted followers, drawn by his fairness and willingness to promote men by merit, not blood. This new meritocracy was revolutionary, offering hope to common warriors. Temujin's camp became a haven for the ambitious and disenfranchised, but his rise created a bitter rivalry with his blood brother Jamuka, who clung to the old aristocratic ways. Their conflict split the Mongols, culminating in brutal battles and betrayals. Jamuka's cruelty only strengthened Temujin's appeal as a progressive leader. By 1206, Temujin had defeated all rivals and was proclaimed Genghis Khan at a great Kurultai. He united the Mongol tribes into a single nation. He established laws, a writing system, and a postal network. Genghis Khan had not just conquered, he had created a new order. The age of the Mongol Empire had begun. The world would never be the same. With the Mongols united, Genghis Khan looked outward. His first campaign against the Tangut Kingdom tested his army, teaching them siege warfare and adaptation. Despite setbacks, the Mongols forced the Tangut to submit, securing their southern flank. Next, they turned to the powerful Jin dynasty of northern China, seeking revenge and liberation. The Mongols bypassed the Great Wall, outmaneuvered larger armies, and besieged cities like Zhengdu, eventually forcing their surrender. With China subdued, Genghis Khan's ambitions shifted west. A diplomatic insult by the Khwarezmian Empire triggered a devastating invasion. The Mongols struck from multiple directions, using intelligence and psychological warfare to overwhelm defenders. Cities that resisted were destroyed, those that surrendered were spared. By 1221, the Khwarezmian Empire was erased from the map. The Mongol Empire now stretched from the Pacific to the Caspian Sea. The world trembled as Mongol hoofbeats echoed across continents. Genghis Khan's conquests had redrawn the map, the old world was gone. The Mongol army's power lay in strategy, discipline, and mobility, not numbers. Every warrior was a master horseman and archer, able to shoot accurately at full gallop. Their composite bows outmatched those of their enemies, raining death from afar. Each soldier traveled with spare horses, allowing the army to move at incredible speed, up to 100 miles a day. Light armor and efficient provisions made them independent and agile. Their most feared tactic was the feigned retreat, luring enemies into ambushes and annihilation. Discipline and coordination were unmatched. Even their silk undershirts were ingenious, helping remove arrows cleanly and reducing infection. The Mongols thought of everything, from grand strategy to the smallest detail. Their innovations made them nearly unstoppable. The world's armies had never faced anything like them. The Mongol way of war changed history. Genghis Khan's death did not slow the Mongol expansion. Under his heirs, the empire became the largest land empire in history, stretching from China to Hungary. The Pax Mongolica brought stability, securing the Silk Road and enabling safe travel and trade. A merchant could cross the continent with a single Mongol passport. This security sparked an explosion of trade and cultural exchange. Chinese inventions like gunpowder and printing spread west, while Persian science traveled east. The Mongols were not just conquerors, they were patrons of art, science, and religious tolerance. Their administrative reforms and census systems influenced future empires. Even the Black Death, spread along Mongol trade routes, reshaped societies and economies. The Mongol legacy broke down old barriers, connecting east and west as never before. Their empire accelerated history, paving the way for the modern world. The world map was forever changed. The Mongol era was a turning point for civilization. Genghis Khan's story is proof that one person can reshape the world. Born with nothing, he united a nation and built an empire that bridged continents. He was both destroyer and creator, his legacy written in blood and silk. The rise of Russia, the unification of China, and the spark of the Renaissance all bear his imprint. The Mongol Empire broke down ancient walls, forcing civilizations to connect. Today, Genghis Khan is revered in Mongolia as a symbol of unity and resilience. His story reminds us that history is shaped by individuals and their choices. The tale of the Mongol Empire is vast, dramatic, and still unfolding. What fascinates you most about this story? The conversation of history never ends. Let's keep exploring together.